Hey guys, we're back with another video, so centering on the area questions that you'll find on the ACT math section. I'm making 3 or 4 videos here just based on how they lay out the area questions or develop them for the ACT math section. That's also applicable to the SAT as well. With that in mind, hopefully the 3 to 4 videos that I'm making will give you a complete overview of how area questions have appeared over numerous years of exams. Okay, please keep in mind that we're always searching for young adults who don't have any help outside of school. So please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It would really be appreciated, especially if we can help those young adults that are really needing help but aren't capable of getting help. So let's get moving on with the first question. All right. So here's the first question. So the dimensions shown below are in feet. Big deal. What is the area in square feet of the shaded rectangle? So we just want the shaded piece. Okay, so notice that the portion that's not shaded, the side relating to the side with 18 here, 2x. If we were to subtract that side 2x out, if we were to remove this 2x out here, that would give us this amount. And that would say, create an equation of 18 minus 2x. That's going to represent this portion here of that rectangle. Now we need something that's going to represent this portion of the rectangle, right? Well, we know there's a distance of 12. And then on the opposite side of that unshaded rectangle, there's x. So this portion could be 12 minus x. So let me write it down here, 12 minus x. So this portion right here would be represented here. Now we got something to work with. Let me change my pen tip color. So you know the formula for the area of a rectangle is area is equal to length times width. And in this case, we would say 18 minus 2x times 12 minus x. Okay, cool. Now, all we got to do is multiply those two together, right? So 18 times 12 is 216. And then 18 times x is going to be a negative 18x. And then negative 2x times 12 is going to be a negative 24x. And then negative 2x times negative x is going to be a plus 2x squared. All right, so let's clean up some of this. The 18x and the negative 18x and the negative 24x come together to give you a negative 42x. That leaves us 216. And that's going to leave us 2x squared. Okay, so there is our equation. Now let's write it in descending order. 2x squared minus 42x plus 216. That should give us answer choice H. 2x squared minus 42. Yep, H. There you go. Let's move to the next one. Okay, so here we have something that's just straight out forward math. A rectangle is 3 times the square root of 5 meters wide and 5 square root of 5 meters long. What is the area in square meters of the rectangle? Well, you know, that's easy. It's just the area is equal to length times width. So this is just about you being comfortable with roots. And that's just going to be 3 square root of 5 times 5 square root of 5. Well, that's easy. 3 times 5 is 15. And then the square root of 5 times square root of 5 is square root of 25. And that's just going to be 15 times 5. 15 times 5 is going to be equal to 75. And that's going to lead us to answer choice A. That's nothing more than mechanical math, but it showed up on the test before. Let's go to our next one. Now, this one looks intimidating, but it really isn't. Let me get my pen color tip changed to red. Now, in the figure below, ABCD is a trapezoid with AE perpendicular to AB, and AE is 10 units long. So AE is 10, and DC is 28. So from D to C, we have 28. All right. If the area of the right triangle, EBA, so the one in the middle, is 60 units, square units, so they're saying 60 for the area. What is the area in square units of trapezoid ABCD? All right, so we got to do a couple of things here. Let me change my pen tip color back to white so I can write. So we know we've got AE in the triangle, which is 10. If we can get AB, then we can figure out the area of the trapezoid. So we know the area of the triangle, I'm going to put T for triangle, is equal to 1/2 base times height. So we know 1/2. We don't know the base, that would be AB, but we know the height is 10. So then 10 times 1/2 is 5, and that leaves B. So 5B. Now, we know the area total was what, 60? If we divide this by 5, 60 divided by 5, then we get B. And B is going to be 12. So now we know that this side is 12, and that's AB. And notice now we got DC. So now we can do use the trapezoid area formula. Change my pen tip color. So that's the first thing we needed to do. The second thing is the area of the trapezoid. Now that formula is going to be side A, which is AB, and then side B, which is DC. Divide that by 2, multiply that by the height. And that's going to be equal to the area of the trapezoid. Well, we know we have a 12 and then 28. Divide all that by 2, and the height is 10. So 28 and 12 is going to give us 40. 40 divided by 2 multiplied by 10. Okay, so 40 divided by 2 is 20. That leaves times 10, and that's going to be equal to 200. And that's going to lead us to answer choice D. That is the area for the trapezoid. All right, cool. Let's continue. Now this next one, the area of a rectangle is 300 square meters. So they give us the total, and its length is 3 times its width. All right, so let's just make a sketch. Let's do it down here. So its width is that long. Its length is 3 times this. So I'm gonna make a drawing, try to keep it about that long. So those are pretty close to being equivalent. So the length is 3 times its width. So the width, I've modeled the length about the same length as the width that I have drawn here. So you have a width, width, and width. So that turns out to be 3W, which represents the length of our rectangle. And W represents the width. So now we can say area for our rectangle is equal to length times our width. Our length is 3 times W, and the width is just W. So this gives us 3W squared. Now the area total was, what was it? 300, right? Okay. So let's set this 3W squared equal to 300. We're going to divide by 3. That's going to leave us the width squared. 300 divided by 3. That's going to leave us 100, right? So now we're going to take the square root of both sides. This is going to leave us W. The square root of 100 is 10. So how many meters wide is the rectangle? Well, 10 represents the width, and that's answer choice F. All right. Next question, please. So this one, it's got a fairly big paragraph, but we'll get to it. Let me get my pen tip here. Changed color. All right. Now, a small circle and a large circle are tangent at T. So they both touch T, that single place, as shown in figure below. The center O of the large circle lies on the small circle. The diameter of the large circle is 12. So that's what's out here in our figure. The 12 represents the diameter of the large circle. So therefore, the radius is 6 of the large circle. And that radius of the large circle represents the diameter of the small circle. What is the ratio of the area of the small circle to the area of the large circle? So the radius of the small circle is 3. All right. My dot right there. Let me change my pen tip color. Now we know the area of the small circle, A sub S, is going to be pi r squared. So pi 3 squared, that's equal to 9 pi. The area of the large is going to equal pi r squared, where the radius is 6. So pi 6 squared. So that's going to be 36 pi. Now the question says, what is the ratio of the area of the small to the area of the large. So that's 9 pi to 36 pi. Now the pi's cancel. That leaves us 9/36. That can reduce by 9, and it gives you 1/4. And so that's answer choice A. All right, last question. Now, you know, I always love this. They draw this parallelogram and it's slanted and everybody's thinking rectangle. But just remember this. In this case, just draw in the height of this parallelogram from here to here. And the height is going to be 6 based on your coordinate pair. Now, in the standard coordinate plane, the points 0, 0, 10, 0, 13, 6, 3, 6 are the vertices of the parallelogram. What is the area in square coordinate units of the parallelogram? Now, your length is 10. The height is 6. So the area of this thing is just the length times the height, right? So let me change my pen tip color. So it's just going to be 10 times 6, 60. Answer choice G. Okay, guys. This is the second video for these area questions. And I'll have another one coming up quickly so I can give you guys a good preview of all the different variations in area problems they have written over the span of many years. And hopefully this will be a good study tool for you. So for all of you guys that are getting ready to take the ACT and or the SAT, I wish you all the best. Just remember, stay focused. Stay focused on your plan. When you need help, find somebody, reach out and ask them for help. On test day, go to the test, sit down, take the test. Don't be nervous, no sense in it. Nervousness just takes your mind off the exam. Stay focused on what's on the paper. Do what you've been doing over all this time to study. Take it, finish it, walk out. Don't look back. Your score is what it's going to be. And if you need to take it again, take it again. All right. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe so we can help those young people out there that don't have any extra help. I wish you guys all the best.